Hello guys! If you ever wonder what to eat in Thailand, this is the video for you. My name is Esti from Esti in Sweden. I'm a Singaporean living in Sweden for the past 22 years. So today I'm going to share with you my personal experience about Thai food. I recently came visit Thailand 2 weeks ago, or rather 1.5 weeks ago. So it was an amazing journey. And today I want to share with you my personal experience when it comes to choosing food. Whenever it comes to choosing food, I always make sure that I don't want to overspend because some restaurant, especially near the tourist area, can be quite costly. So welcome to my Wednesday chat. So every Wednesday, you will find me sitting in my studio chatting with you guys about it can be about cooking, it can be a Q&A, it can be just like this, a casual chat. So let's jump on to making this video. Some of the video you guys find in my previous live streaming can be a little bit lengthy. So I'm going to try and cut this video as short as possible, giving you this as much information as possible within the shortest period of time. All right. If I'm going too fast, let me know. All right. Let's jump on to number one. The food about Thailand is, you guys know, Thai food is always very spicy. So today I'm going to share with you how I find all this gem, I call it the hidden gem, and I've uploaded a bunch of pictures on my Facebook, and I'm going to share with you. And along with that, I'm going to share with you some interesting stories and some experience that maybe some of you don't even have before when you're visiting Thailand. So at the end of the trip, and I'm going to share with you also, not the trip, but at the end of this show, I'm going to also share with you about this issue. Cancelled. My flight is cancelled on the last day uh, by Qatar Airline. So you all heard rumors about you can get a compensation of 600 euro if your flight is delayed or cancelled, right? So true or false? At the end of this video, I'm going to share with you a little bit about this information, and I want to do another live streaming on this issue. I know a lot of people have been asking me about this, and also a lot of people have been searching through Google and they didn't really get the right answer. So I hope in that video I could help to solve some of your questions. Right, let's jump on to making this video. What is my favorite food in Thailand and what you mustn't miss out? All right, I'm going to switch on to my camera so that you can see how my YouTube, Facebook upload look like, so that you could have a better picture when I'm talking about a certain food. All right, so you have a better view. So I'm going to start off by turning the video. Let's see. Just bear with me for a moment, okay, guys? So I'm going to switch the camera so that you can see what my picture is like. I think this is okay, yeah. So my first experience, you guys know, Thailand is very, very popular for pad thai. So for that reason, I will never miss it. In fact, I eat this the very first day when I arrived. It was late night supper. I'm not used to eating supper, so sometimes you really have to be aware that sometimes if your stomach is not strong enough, try stick to something that you're more used to it, like a yogurt or what. But I took the chance. I thought, why not give this pad thai a chance to try the real pad thai. In fact, I didn't really disappointed because this store actually is located just 3 minutes walk from my hotel, and it's called the Pad Thai Drive. And this is operated by like a husband and wife shop, and these couples are very, very friendly. And the one thing good for a good pad thai is that you must make sure that these are cooked with real stuff. I like this store because the chef, I later found out that he is actually a a very experienced chef in a big hotel, and in the night he came to help his wife at the restaurant. So he cooked me this pad thai, and which was absolutely delicious. Why is that so? I really dig into this pad thai, and I realized that he actually used uh, pork lard, the pig oil, to cook. So this was really, really delicious. And a plate like this, it cost just, I think it was like 50 baht, which is like nothing. So if you have been, if never been to Thailand, try this. If you have been to Thailand or been to Phuket, you really got to give this guy a try. His store is really, really decent. I'm going to show you in the map how to find him. All right. So let me just switch the food again. Sorry, I think I better start on like this. Why am I not able to see? Yay, what happened? Okay, let me just go on to my... Okay, let's do this. All right, so this is also done by her. The next day I tried to eat there for lunch. Compared to her husband cooking, she's quite good cook, but not as good as the husband. So this is another type of pad thai. In Thailand, you really have to emphasize, because some of the chef, you tell them don't put chili, okay? They will tell you, oh, I'm gonna put a little bit just for the taste. And believe me, if they tell you no taste of chili, they still put chili. All right, so you really have to be specified with them. And I'm gonna give you guys a few tips. Like, some people, they when they go to Thailand, they really can fall sick. So I'm gonna give you guys tips like at the end, what not to eat, so that you will not fall sick like me. So this is one. They call it the spring roll. It doesn't look like a spring roll to me. Uh, I find that this spring roll is quite special because this is not being rolled in like a typical spring roll wrappers. This is actually being dipped in a batter. First, it was being wrapped. These are streams. I'm sure you can see. I would say this is so. This is the type of food you don't want to eat when you are arrived there, just because you're not used to the weather. You're not used to there's so much of deep frying. So try to avoid this kind of deep fry as if possible. And also, you really notice that they have chili being packed in paper bag. And I think this is a little bit of my concern, because I notice even the smallest chili, I think this is like less than a gram of chili, and everything is being packed in plastic bag, which I find is not so good, because this is very less environmental friendly. So maybe they shouldn't do this. And especially when you order seafood, they always give you a seafood menu, and then they give you a pork or a chicken menu. So if you select seafood, they usually like to incorporate squid in everything they cook. So if you don't eat squid, you have to tell them, hey, I don't want squid, okay? Just give me the shrimps and the mussels. So they'll cook accordingly. Usually Thai people, they are very, very friendly when it comes to giving them instruction. They will listen to you, but sometimes a bit, they're a bit stubborn to the chili part. So you really have to make sure, don't put chili, all right? You have to make sure that they follow your instruction. Another one I like about this is the crab meat fried rice. Really enjoyed this. It was very small portion. If you've been to Thailand a few times, or maybe from the first time, you start to notice the Thai food, they usually serve in really small portion. So maybe that's their technique of getting you to order more food. But I think you have to prepare. If you're a small eater, this is fine. But if you're a big eater, this might be a problem. You might end up ordering two times. Or maybe you can just tell the guy or the chef, I need an extra. So they will charge you extra. So this is a classic portion. One thing LG love about Thailand is the tom yum soup. Yes, if you have been to Thailand, you probably have tasted this, but I suggest that when you go to Phuket, try the authentic style. It's very important how fresh is the shrimps. So for me, I always grade by the taste of the paste and also the freshness of the shrimps. And there's one thing you cannot find in Sweden is the kind of special mushroom that they use. It's so tender, it's so nice. A bowl like this costs me about 60 baht, which is amazingly cheap. But again, you see the bowl is not very big. So you really sometimes have to order a few dishes. I think there's another dishes. It was squid, I think. So we just had give this a try and wasn't so satisfied. But it's still not my favorite food. I would prefer something really authentic, or really unique that I never tried before. But give this a try. And also about drinks, you notice that I have a lot of bottles. In Thailand, the water from the tap is not drinkable. So you have to buy water. If your hotel doesn't supply you, you can buy all these big bottles in of water at the 7-Eleven. So you can buy like a 5-6 liter for 40 baht, which is really cheap. Really, water is not the issue, but uh, the amount of plastic used in this country is terrible. I mean, you can't think about this. If one person, this is just for 1 week consumption, so you just imagine the whole of Thailand, everybody is using water bottle. How contaminated, how polluted is that, right? A lot of places. I'll talk to you guys about this later because I'm really concerned about the plastic consumption amount that is terrible. I'm going to share with you the review. And also snacks wise, I feel personally feel like Thai people they are quite good in making dessert. But when it comes to Western dessert, this is eaten in a 5-star hotel. We have the three dessert on one plate. I just find that their Western dessert is not as good as their Thai dessert. So this is just my feedback. I personally feel like the Thai dessert is better than the Western dessert because the things that they use are not actually homemade like berries. They don't have berries there. So they usually use canned and they use like preserved berries, which is not really nice. So for me, I suggest that you try the real, like their tropical fruit, mangoes, pineapple, papaya. It's really, really nice. And also, you will notice they always serve you fruit instead of dessert. Fruit is obviously is much cheaper and easier for them to prepare. So, but if you go to Thailand, what the heck? Just go and enjoy their fruit and you will be amazed. A lot of people, especially the banana, is so delicious. So this is the fruit platters that I always make myself eat every meals after dinner. But this was a bit luxury because this was actually served in a hotel. So this I add this for breakfast. So it was really nice. This is pineapple, this is some melon, this is some dragon fruit. And also I like to pick some small fruits just to try and just for the taste of it. If you don't like it, at least it's a little bit, you throw them away. Don't pick a lot and then throw them away, right? Take a small portion and just for trying. You never know, you might like it, right? So this is a traditional Thai breakfast. It's actually made of rice noodles with three different kind of curry. Because I was living in this hotel, which is a 5-star, and this lady is so sweet. And I asked her, I say, hey, what is this? So she said, do you want me to show you how to do this? So she actually prepared for me this, like a teacher, standing beside me, teach me step by step. First, you have to put the rice noodle, and then secondly, you have to put the curry. She's so really, really sweet. And she was so happy when, she finished preparing this. And she was like so proud to present this meal to me. And I eat everything, even though I was so full. So you can get along with very friendly staff, especially in a higher grade hotel. And guys, I'm Asian. I like to try different things for breakfast. So this is congee, and then we have some shagao. I think I have tried some dim sum and also the salted egg. And this is something that I really really like. I suspect it is like pineapple that is not ripe, and then they stir fry them, and I do not know what is it because she was trying to explain to me the ingredient, but I suspect this is pineapple. This is truly amazing. It was so delicious, and I still couldn't figure out what that was. And some peanuts and some anchovies. So this was my breakfast, one of the morning, and also they have dim sum. You can pick all kinds of different dim sum as breakfast. So if you ask me how's the dim sum there, all right, if I want to put compare to Singapore or in Hong Kong, from grade 1, which is the lowest, and grade 10 is the highest. Even at the 5-star hotel like this, I would consider their dim sum is very good, but I would still give them a 6 because I still feel like you're used to the authentic flavors. So when it comes to a country that are not really, this is not originally from Thailand. So no matter how, you still something is missing. So, but of course, if you like, you can always give this a try, but you will not be really, really that impressed. But LG, he liked this though. This is the siu mai, which is wrapped in shrimps, and I think they have some spinach pasta and wrap. And also, this is something you would like to have for supper. We had a few beer, and then we have these new neighbors, and then we were like buying, and then we just potluck. We bring whatever things we can find at the market, and we put everything together, and we share the food. So this is, I would say, it's our between dinner and supper, because it was about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and we were trying to grab whatever things we can find at the market and put everything together. So meal like this, all right, if you're going to put everything together, things like this is a 20 baht, and then I think these are 20 baht, and then you can get like these are snacks or street food, and this is also street food. uh is it nice? um I would say maybe this is meant for Thai people to eat. So you will start to notice a lot of people at the street, they like to sell this kind of, we call it the, like a satay, like kind of grilled meat, which is really, really popular. But I find this meal is like so, because these are from the street market, not far from our hotel, which I really enjoy. But maybe because I was so full all the time, we've been eating all day. But one thing I really, really enjoy is this is one of the street food. All right, if you look at this is actually made some kind of deal that they fry in this batter, and then they put shrimps, a few shrimps, and then they deep fry this. This was amazing, and a whole plate like this was like 20 baht, which was really, really cheap. It's ridiculously cheap, and it's so delicious. And if you can find this on the street food, buy them and just give a taste. The one thing I like about this is the green stuff here, and they told me it's the Thai deal, which I don't really have the correct name because they were trying to pronounce some kind of Thai language which I don't understand. But according to how it looks like deal. So you can actually try and make this at home. So I'm going to try, I remember this, I'm going to try and make it this on one of my live stream if possible, if I can find this at the Thai supermarket here. All right, no promise, but I'll try. And also donuts, right? Like I mentioned earlier on, I still find that in Thailand, you really have to try their Thai dessert, stuff like that donut. You notice most of them they are machine made. In terms of grading, I would say between 6, 7. I still prefer the real Swedish donut, which is really soft. This is slightly hard, but the presentation was really good, and we drank a beer with this instead of drinking tea. And also, this is also some view of street food. You notice Thai people, they like to eat a lot of fried fish, and some fried small fish, and then they always have this chili. A plate like this is only 20 baht. This is the market I bought this kind of snacks are the off tourist zone. The reason why I like to go to the off tourist zone, because this is where you will find the authentic flavors. Don't worry, I'm going to share with you at the end of this live streaming. I'm going to show you a map exactly where you can find this kind of street food. All right, so stay tuned. And you also notice Thai people, they are so good in using all kinds of plum, all kinds of root vegetables, rice to make all kinds of dessert. And I think is that I'm so impressed by how much effort they can put in just to make all this, and then sell them later in the evening. The lady, she was like unpacking. I think she has like more than 20 different types of dessert. You see here, you see later. These are sugar cane drink, which you can buy them easily. I think it's about 20 baht for a bottle, a half liter, and this is 1 liter. No sweetener. So again, this is the lady, the same lady that bought this. So this is a must try, all right? Must try, because you will be impressed by how delicate this people, they are putting a lot of time and effort. Like this one is actually made of potato, and this is actually made of yam, and this is made of egg and jelly. And you see how much attention, I mean, how much work they put into different to making all this. So when you go to Thailand, this is something that you must try, because I don't think so you would regret it, because this is truly their authentic dessert, and it is definitely worth trying. A packet like this costs between 15 to 25 bahts depending on where you buy them. If you buy them in the tourist zone, this will probably cost you 30 to 40 baht per bag, which is really not so big. It looks big, but actually it's not that big. So if you buy them off tourist zone in authentic Thai market, this would cost you about 15 or maximum 20 per box, which is really, really affordable. And this is one of my favorite waffles. And they have this fresh grated coconut. I like this one very much, but I didn't try this one. I tried this one. This is actually they call it the talang. Talang is like an egg mixture. They cook this egg, just egg yolk. I don't know how they make them. It becomes like thread, and it's super delicious. It's a little bit sweet, so I think they mix egg with egg yolk with a lot of sugar, and then they probably fry them or boil them somehow. So this is really really good with these waffles. And again, this is like the most delicious dessert I have ever tried. Souffle on top, you can see it's like a coconut cream. So this is something that you must try. It's very puffy. It feels like you're eating air, but it's a lot of flavors. This is the pastry itself is slightly sweet, salty, and then the coconut cream is a little bit salty. And this is the made of coconut and sugar, and this is the talang. So you have a choice. One of this is cost just 10 baht, so it's really cheap, and you can be really full by just eating one because it's quite big. I don't know why they color their egg. Maybe it's a symbol. In Chinese, when we color the egg, it means man ye. When your baby is reaching 1 month old, then you celebrate the birthday of a 1 month baby using the colored. So I do not know exactly. I tried to get him to explain, but I wasn't so sure. The thing is, in Thai authentic off tourist zone, these people usually don't speak English, so you have to really have body language and try to figure it out yourself. And this is, if I'm not wrong, these are fried. Oh, this is turmeric, fresh turmeric. I never seen so fresh turmeric before. For a kilo, just 60 baht. This is so cheap. I regretted not buying this because it was so fresh. And then I turned my back and off I go. I've forgotten about this totally. So this could be really good. And what the heck is this, right? If you look closely, these are chicken. So I asked the vendor, I said, hey, how come the chicken is yellow in color? So she said one word, turmeric. Okay. So they actually colored this chicken, which is like this, to this. with turmeric. So I said, why? Then he was trying to explain to me. He said, oh, it's good flavors and all that. So maybe this is something that you want to try later on. I don't know. Maybe I should investigate more about this. But it really looks like very unique. Although, like, the mice chicken in Sweden. And also, this is also on the off tourist zone. If you notice the price, it's pretty cheap. I would say the price is like half the price of if you want to buy this in a seafood restaurant. Usually they have like vendors just around the seafood restaurant, so you can buy this fish like per kilo, and then you go to this shop and they try to cook for you, and then some of them they'll charge you about 100 baht per kilo. So you can tell them, okay, I want this deep fry, I want this steam, and I want this barbecue. So they will charge you accordingly, but how many kilo you have ordered altogether. And of course, some restaurant they might want to charge you by per dish. So go for the one that can charge you by per kilo. So you can split up your marketing, and then you can have both flavors. So if you want to compare the price, this is double the price if you want to buy them on the tourist zone, or maybe 1.5 times more expensive. So it's really, really cheap to buy from markets. And this is a typical breakfast they serve. You notice that a lot of restaurant they do have a Western breakfast, because I think they understand that most of the people who come here, they are tourists, and they are too afraid to try Thai breakfast, so they always offer like an alternative. But slightly expensive. This is about 80 baht, which I find is not worth it. I would rather try a typical Thai breakfast, which is really nice. And this is something that I ate. Oh, this is actually the chicken rice. I'm trying to figure it out because I took this picture because I want to know what is inside here. This is definitely I will try to explore and try to find out what is inside here, because the owner, he didn't want to tell me because he said this is a secret. And I tried the Hainanese rice there. I again 1 to 10, I would say around 6, 7, because I still find that something is missing. And the thing that I find missing is the in ginger. They didn't really use a lot of ginger when they cook, but a lot of garlic. So lacking of ginger. But otherwise, this is a wonderful dish, especially the chili. I like it so much. And this dish, I think it costs just about 50 baht, and this is the place that we at. This is actually a dim sum place where they are open 5:30 in the morning, and they close at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So you have to be there quite early and always full of people. So you go to this counter here and pick your dim sum, and then they will warm it up for you. So what you need to do is just sit here and wait. Right? You notice this there's this tray trolley with a lot of stuff, right? So they are actually cups for tea. When you eat dim sum in a restaurant, usually tea they don't charge you, they always include that. So don't buy drinks, all right? The tea is absolutely delicious, and it's go so well with the dim sum. So this again is a very typical dish. We like grilled fish. So a grilled fish like this could easily cost you around 150 baht. If you eat this in a tourist zone, we ate this at the tourist zone, which cost us 150, which was I think just so because this is just barbecue. The one that you really, really should try is the one that the red fish. They wrap the whole fish with a lot of salt, and then they just purely grill it, and it is so delicious. I hope I have a picture so that I can show you how it looks like. So for me, this fish, for me, it's a bit too dry because they put them on the. It's not even grilled. They put them on the frying pan and they just pan fried it. And then the chili is super hot. I couldn't eat this because my throat was like not doing well. So most of the time, I give away my chili to my friend. So again, Thai green curry, which is really, really popular. I think this is the yellow curry. LG, he loves this. Every time when he go to Thai, he always, I want a green curry. And this is one that I would like to recommend. This is also a must try. If you have tried making lard at home, try the real Thai one, because this one they really use a lot of spice, and you can find the fragrance of the glutinous crushed rice in this lard. So I'm gonna show you exactly where this you can find this lard. This lard is really good. I've tried a lot of lard, but I like this lard because I think they really put a lot of attention. It looks a little bit oily though, but it was so nice. And one thing you should try is a coconut. You guys know coconut is very famous in Thailand, especially the good one. So I like this one. I do not know what is the name. It's called coconut smoothie. So they dig out the meat of the coconut, and then they use the coconut milk and they use the coconut water, and then they put everything in the blender with some kind of syrup. And I tell you, this is so delicious. I tell you, when I drink this, I like my whole body shiver. I never taste anything that close, that makes me shiver, but this was really nice. It's slightly a bit expensive. If you eat drink like a smoothie, usually if you find this kind of store, usually they are the tourist zone area. So this was about 50 baht. So this is the place where we ate our meal. That is the same one who served us this. But they are really, really good in their cocktails. All the cocktails, my friend told me he have tried everything. He said he loved every one of them. So the lychee, I think LG ordered a lychee. This was the lychee, which was really, really good too. So coconut, lychee and coconut is a must try, right? And then we have I want to tell you about this thing. All right, my friend, she's from China. So everywhere she goes, she's scouting for chicken stomach. All right, she will pay. And I think somehow she has some ADHD. I give her stop and I say, hey, don't buy this. It's not fresh. It doesn't look fresh. But she still go ahead and buy it, and even though it was not fresh. And after that, when she was eating it, she was telling me, Esther, you're right. I shouldn't have ordered. This chicken stomach doesn't taste fresh. I feel like throwing up. And when she was saying that, she still continued to eat and eat and eat. She finished the whole thing. All right, she finished everything. And at the end, she can come and tell me, say, I should have listened to you. This is her, Kerala. She's from China. So half of our trip, she was with us. And we've been, dining together most of the evening. So she always scout for this really, really strange stuff like chicken liver, chicken stomach, chicken leg. Oh, that's so gross. But I think she really enjoyed it. So this was something that we like to, as you can see, the setting is like very local, right? They always give you free water like this. They give you a jar, and then you can drink as much as you want, and it's for free. So, and then they give you a plate of salad and some bean sprout. If you're eating noodles, usually this is like something like to go with the noodles, like a condiments that go with the noodles. So you can eat them raw. I've seen them eating raw, or just take a few leaf and then eat them together with the noodles, which is really, really good. A little bit reminds me of what do you call it, the Vietnamese food. So I actually tried this chicken pork, chicken chop with rice. A bit dry, but it was really, really cheap. I think it was like 40 baht, 30 or 40 baht, which is ridiculously cheap. And also they give the condiments. This is the famous boat noodles. So the boat noodles, you can have a selection whether you want it spicy, you want it dry, or you want it wet. So this is a typical meal. A meal like this could cost you around, with both noodles, yeah, about 60, 70 bahts maximum. This is the noodles. I like the Thai noodles. This yellow noodle is so amazing. This is so good. one thing I realized in Thailand, the pork and the chicken, it tastes a little bit different from in Sweden. I don't know what they do with the pork. Usually they are not very big pieces. They are very very small pieces, which is kind of good. Also, then you eat lesser pork and meat. But in a way, you are also craving. Like a meal like that is for about 30, 40 baht, which can fill you up. So if you are really on a budget, this is the kind of places that you should go. And my friend, my dear friend, she says she want all the chicken spare part. So this meal cost her 80 baht. So because she was adding a drumstick and she add some liver and some stomach. So her taste is a bit strange, but everybody is different. This is one dessert that I purchased in the market, which was really nice. This is some kind of pandan jelly, and on top is like mice. Really delicious. A box like this, 20 baht. And this is one of the must try. We are in Thailand. You probably seen this, but you do not know what the heck is that, right? So this is actually made of mung bean, which is really healthy, but they make it unhealthy by adding a lot of sugar. So, but it's definitely worth trying because this is like they trying to, this is like a craft dessert. It takes a lot of time and experience to do this. So I remember during the old time, this kind of dessert is much better because at least you can tell, oh, this is a mango, or this is an apple, this is an orange. Nowadays, they just blend everything together, and doesn't look so personalized anymore. But this is a really good try. Bean inside and outside is actually made of gelatin. It's some kind of gelatin, and between gelatin and jelly consistence. Really nice, a little bit sweet, but I think you can buy better one. We bought this one at the Thai market, which is I think 20 baht. And this is a chain dough, their chain dough, yeah. If you know what chain dough is, so you probably recognize this. And also the street food. This is the typical breakfast the Thai people eat in the morning. So especially this kind of wrapped rice. Some of them are sweet with beans. Some of them is with fish and shrimps. And then they have 粽子 also. This is like the dumplings. And they also have, because Phuket itself has a lot of Hokkien people, so you will find a lot of snacks is related to the Hokkien tradition. And this is the 粽子, the dumpling with chicken and egg inside, which is really good. I really like it. I was impressed that the 粽子 is very nice. And this is again a market, another market, in the wet market. So this is mice, really strange looking mice. And mushrooms. This is the mushroom they used to make tom yum soup with. And also spices. So this guy a bit he can't speak Thai at all, English at all. So he was trying to help me, but I didn't understand a word he said. Again, this is something that you should consider. If you want to buy something, you make sure you ask and you get yourself fully understood, because otherwise you end up buying the wrong thing and you can't eat them. This is similar to Singapore. We have this kind of market where they sell all kinds of condiments, herbs, sauce, homemade pasta, curry paste, which is really, really common. Eggs of different kind. This pink one is here again. And also fish, live fish. I don't want to buy fish from this tank. This looks so polluted. And those poor fish being trapped into such a small space. Oh, they call it fresh. I don't think so it's that fresh, right? Of course, it's live. So this is a dim sum place. This is the steamer that you can see. So you pick your dim sum from this fridge, and then they'll steam it for you immediately. Oh, this is the tea that I tried, and I was so amazed by the drink. I'm going to show you guys how to do this, okay? This is a tea that when you sip it, you never forget the taste, okay? And I'm going to show you how to do this, right, in my future live streaming. And I tried to get the owner of this dim sum song. Hey, can you tell me what is inside? She told me it's jasmine. I said, no way it's jasmine because it tastes something else. So she said, oh, it's jasmine. But when I opened it up, I saw, oh, there was some leaf in there. And what leaf is that? It's a secret. And I'm going to tell you in my live streaming when I make that tea next time. All right. So if you haven't subscribed, do that. If you're new here, hi. And I welcome you to subscribe. When you subscribe, I'll cook for you 2 times a week. And Wednesday is a chat time. So you can ask me any questions from my video or from my live streaming, or even send me a live streaming question. So most of the people here are watching replay. So you can still ask me question even though this is not live anymore. So this is the pouch. This is the barbecue steam bun. This is dim sum that I ate. And this is a Thai tea. They like to drink cold drinks because Thailand is so hot. And this is the one LG like. With the, I was a bit confused because he told me he doesn't like egg, a duck egg. So this is actually duck egg. And this is like a siu mai. It was very good. This siu mai is quite good. And the pouch. So for a plate like this, they steam it for you. It's about 20 to 25 bahts. So this was our breakfast. It's not so much food, but we were full. LG is not a big eater, so it's kind of cheap to go out with him because he always eat very little, and then at the end I end up eating all the food. And this is the one of the fruits you should try. It's called longan. You can buy dried longan on Amazon, but try the fresh one. You'll never be disappointed. It's really sweet. Even LG he like it. So this is a night when we were back in our hotel, and I told LG I'm craving for something sweet. So we went out and then we saw these vendors. She was selling all this really green bread, and she tried to put this bread inside this. This is actually a steamer. I said, no, 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 don't put it. She said, yeah, you have to put it. I said, why? He said, otherwise the bread will be hard. Okay. So a bag like this was 15 baht. It was really cheap, and this is like quite big bag. It's not a small bag. And then they give you this. This is her, and then she made all kinds of dessert too, and she's really really clean for a street vendor. And then we had the really nice. And this is where we were sitting, and you look at the fence here. The fence here. Can you imagine this kitchen is so open? Let me just. You see this fence here? And we were sitting in this so-called street food, right? So in between there was this storm coming. I've never seen rain this much. And we were sitting in between, and everything on the table is like being blown. Even though this thing is, they still have to hold on to it. It was so strong, the wind. And this kind of market doesn't exist so much you can see in Singapore, but in Thailand you can see this. So me and LG were like struggling, moving from one table to the other because of the rain. So this is again the boat noodles, which is what I really like. It's not spicy, so it's really good for me. I like to eat soupy thing when I'm not feeling well. And you start to notice this is something like a paratha. We call that the Indian paratha. So they make this paratha with chocolate, Nutella, and then they have this thin bread, and inside there is banana. It's so delicious. Can you see that? It's a saliva coming out. Mine is coming out. So this is really cheap too. It's about 20 baht. So something that I would recommend trying. Is really good. So if you like banana and chocolate, something unique, this is something that I would recommend. Even LG, he loved it. This is without the Nutella, just the banana. One thing about Thailand, the banana is amazing, right? It's so delicious. Fried noodles. This is the yellow noodles I love. And this is a Hokkien noodles. Like I said earlier on, Phuket has a lot of Hokkien people. So you will find a lot of menu is Hokkien noodles, Hokkien soup, Hokkien this, Hokkien that. And this is LG's favorite soup, green curry seafood. He liked this so much. And this is another noodle soup. I eat a lot of soup when I was there. And this is like we call that the mixed rice. So you can choose what you want to eat and then you put everything in a plate. What is this? Oh, I was trying to film. Okay, this is a place like we were in a island, and then they have this huge tent, or rather, like a look like a big tent, and they have this huge buffet. I think easily this place can accommodate at least 3-4 thousand people. Again, the prata. This is how the street food vendors sell. And we were, I saw this grill and I was telling LJ, say, hey, can we buy this? And seriously, I was not serious. And he was serious. He want to buy this grill back. I said, how can we bring it back? I mean, we want thing, but it is not possible. So this is a street market, our local experience. We went to hire a car one day and then we went to all those off tourist zone and we found this cute little market along the beach. And then we saw people eating on the floor. They bring their mattress with them, like the picnic mattress, and then they sit there and just enjoy meal together. What is this? Oh, okay, they sit together and they're just enjoying the meals like on the floor. And then they remove. I think these are Muslim. The Thai people don't eat like this. I think it's only the Muslim that eat this. And this is like vegetables. It's a pity I can't buy all this. I want to buy, but I don't know whether it will survive the flight because my flight was like delayed 2 days. So it was kind of pity. Otherwise, I would have bought it. This is the fish that I told you. They wrap this or they just put a lot of salt on top and then they just put them on the grill. Maybe I will try this one summer, yeah, and then I'll tell you how this tastes. It was so good. I tell you, while talking to you, I was like watering. I still remember how it tastes like. It was so good. So fish is very, very fresh there. So I suggest that you try their mackerel also. It's really fresh and it's really cheap. These are some packet meal which we feel, oh my goodness, it's just 19. If you notice the price, this is like a fried egg and then underneath is rice and then you have a packet of, I don't know what is that. So it's like 19. Omelette with rice, 19. But that is really cheap. And all this, they like to pack, they like to use plastic bag and pack. Which is, I know, I understand where they're coming from. It's more convenient, cheap, but it's really bad for the environmental. And you start to notice a lot of places, especially on the street, a lot of people, they just throw their rubbish. At the end of the day, they just throw the big bag. They don't even sort out the scrap. So you will find a lot of plastic running all over because there are a lot of rats. So when you're walking the street, you really have to watch out for those big bags because those are bags that the rats like to attack. All right, durian. Unfortunately, we didn't get to try the durian. It was so expensive. Like it was off durian season, but it was so expensive. Just a small durian on the vacuum pack. It was like 200 baht, which is crazy. I thought that was so expensive. And this is a jackfruit. I didn't get to try because this is a very heaty fruit. The same with the durian. Durian is like a young fruit, yin and a yang, right? Yang is the heaty fruit. So you should try not to eat this kind of fruit because they are really meant for tropical people who are used to the heat. Let me just. Oh, what happened now? Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to go through very quickly, all right? Um, you will notice the portion again, I told you, is very little. So uh, we really like this fried rice. We add this on a mountain. Uh, the chicken portion was really, really small. So this is supposed to be satay, but it doesn't taste like satay at all. But the portion was like, ooh, you really need to order another bowl. So LG was eating this. And we have this amazing view just right in front of us. We're enjoying our lunch. And this is the guy that I want to tell you. This guy, he works in the hotel and he makes breakfast for us. Freshly made omelette every morning, sausages and ham. And there was a few morning he came to our table and he gave us this kind of snacks. And I said, oh, why? He said, oh, I want you to try some Thai food. Oh, okay. You're using your own pocket money. Yeah, but I just like you guys so much. I like you and I want you to try this. And let me tell you, his strategy works because I start asking him, where did you get all this? How come I never seen this? He said, you know, that guy who just about 50 meters from here, he sell all this stuff. So I think it is his marketing strategy. He gave this guy in the cafe some food for the tourists to try. So he more or less figured out that the tourists would definitely go there and check it out, right? So actually, we did went to the market there a few times just to buy all these so wonderful snacks, and it's so cheap. It's like 5 baht for a packet of steamed rice with mango. So cheap. So he some morning he come in like that. Hey, I want you to try this. I want you to try. He's so cute. And also, you know, as I said, Western food is really not their cup of tea. If you want to try pizza, you will be disappointed. Even though if they have the Pizza Hut there, you will find that it's not, you cannot be beaten. So if you're in Thailand, don't forget about the idea of eating Western food, all right? You will not be impressed. So this is the egg omelette I tried. I thought it's the omelette, but at the end when it came up to me, it's like air, you know, it's a lot of deep fried. I did enjoy it, but I still find it's too much of the deep fried. And again, with the chili, you know, it doesn't make my sore throat any better. And then they have this fried noodles wrapped in this egg, which was quite nice. And they always give you peanuts and bean sprout, which is something like pad thai, but this is a egg wrap type. I like this one because it's not so dry, it's not so spicy. And omelette, LG, he eat a lot of omelette when he was in Thailand. He is a omelette king. Every dish, every day, he will ask for omelette, omelette, omelette. So then this is one of his favorite food. This is lard, but the one that I showed you earlier on was much, much nicer. So this is something that you want to try. Their omelette is using a chicken or pork. And I like it because it's very filling. So they always give you a bit of rice. And then sometimes you have to order without the rice. So the rice is about 10 baht. So if you want to order a omelette, make sure you order the rice too, right? This is a seafood that we eat one evening. Wasn't so yummy. Again, hamburgers. LG was craving for Western food. So I was looking at this shop, you know, these old couples that run this. The first night when we were there, LG asked for burger. She said, no, 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 we don't have burger. And then the next day when we passed by there, she said, we have burger today. She was so cute. And she said, I show you, I show you our burger. So LG said, okay, I'll take the burger. So LG tried. I asked, is it nice? He said, yeah, it was quite nice because the meat, you can tell it's not the one that is frozen you buy at the supermarket. It's real meat. So he thought that was really, really sweet. And she was cooking in this small kitchen, you know, very, very tiny. And this is the street. And her food is really cheap, easily affordable. And it looks like this, like a street food place. Quite a cozy corner, but a bit warm because the kitchen, we're sitting just beside the kitchen. So this is the food that we tried at a store a few days. We tried the grilled food. This is the one that I told you. They put a lot of salt on top of the fish, and then they just grill it. It's really delicious. And this is the typical breakfast that we eat every morning. LG, he just need omelette and some sausages and some bread. So for me, I like the Thai. So this guy is really, really clever. At the end, he ended up getting a big tips from us before we left. So he was surprised. He said, "Oh my goodness, yeah, big tipper." And I said, "Well, you deserve. You thought about us, and we really enjoy your company." And he will come out and talk to us every morning, give us tips, where to go, and he's a very fun guy. So this is what he cooked for us every morning, and this is what we get sometimes: fried rice, fried hor fun. I like the hor fun. It's really, really good. Hor fun is quite thin compared to the one in Singapore. This you'll find very thin and delicate, and I think they know how to fry it. This is a dried one. I love it so much. It's so delicious. This is my friend Clash from China, and we went to some street market, like a food festival, not really festival, like a food night market. You will find a lot of night market in Phuket. And these are the food that they sell: spring roll, chicken, ribs. Uh, and there's a temple, there's always temples. And this is the one that they make roti prata. The Hokkien mee is so delicious. And these are some pictures that we took from our buffet. We went to this fantasy, and I'll tell you, the food is like quite okay, you know. But you can imagine a place where you serve 3,000 guests every night. So to keep up with the quality is not that easy. So this is a place that we eat one evening where we watch the fantasy show. And these are flight on my flight. And I had tried this roti prata on the kata. I was impressed. I didn't think that they have roti prata. And their roti prata is number one, very good. And they give you this vegetarian curry with vegetable. And LG, he ordered a pancake. Looks sweet to me. And then we got a box of like a snacks from our hotel before we take off. And in the night, we had a night room service. I was so hungry, so I ordered all this, but we couldn't eat everything. Some dessert. Okay, these are the dessert that we eat. We at our buffet. This is a buffet. At the fantasy. Bao, kueh. Oh, this one is really interesting. This one reminds me of my childhood. This actually is a very thin popiah pandan flavors, very thin. And then inside here is actually sugar frost. It's homemade or handmade. And then you wrap this inside. Oh, it was so good. Even LG love it. And then this man, he's like going around, with basket and all, and this basket filled with all this goody. It was a shame that I didn't take a picture of him. So these are the food that we eat. This is another lot. You notice a lot of restaurant nearby the sea, but not in Kata Beach. I'm going to be doing another live streaming comparison Patong Beach, Kata Beach, and Karen Beach, and then maybe Rawai and the other beach Samara. So stay tuned, all right, because I'm going to tell you which is the best beach and for who. Really, every beach is really meant for different people. So I hope you stay tuned to the other review about the beaches. These are actually eggs. And also I was not so impressed with the egg. Let me just see. Oh, this is a market that we went one night. And then they have this kind of bread, all kind of bread with sausages, with ham, which was quite nice. But a little bit things that I don't really miss, like bread, like things like that. I really like. This is the ham. This is the Western. This is the one and only Western cafe that I found in Qatar Beach. So we haven't tried. I just passed by and I thought it was really interesting. So let me just see if I am done. And these are some of the snacks that you can buy. Oh, this is fried fish with chili, like the mala. So these are some of the food. Oh, and this one is actually scorpion and all that. So they'll put a sign that if you want to take picture, you pay 10 baht. But I forgotten. I didn't even saw the sign. And after I've taken the picture, I start to realize, oh my goodness, I missed that sign. But he never chased me after that. So I felt so bad. So spring roll, and then a lot of snacks, in Thailand, it's all about food, eating. If you like cheap eat, this is a place for you. It's like a paradise. You'll be amazed by how much food these people make and how much food they consume. This is one thing that I didn't try because I was having a bad throat. But I would really like to try. This is actually potato, spiral potato, deep fried. I heard it's quite good, but I haven't tried them. I'm not a big fan of potato, but I would love to try that. And LG is like, his mouth. And a lot of ribs, a lot of pork. You can buy this by the gram. And also this one I would recommend because this is really, really good. I do not know what is the name, but you'll find them in most of the market. It's actually made of coconut, coconut cream and coconut and some taro. The brown one is taro. This one is coconut. It's so delicious. They just pan fry them with some butter and it was like this. And then they pack them into like boxes and then you can buy them like 5 for 20 baht. It's really, really good. I like the consistency and the flavors of the coconut. It was so good. And these are some live seafood. You can find this chicken is really good. I think it's made by a guy. He's a Muslim, and it's a long, long queue. And the chicken is really tasty. They have this really big oven just behind them, and they just keep producing the food all the time, and the queue is like going on and on. And it's not expensive. It's one. Maybe you can get half a chicken for 80 baht. And then they love ribs. These are actually Hokkien snacks. And this is like fried wonton. Oh no, it's a fried fish cake. That I tried once. I bought from this lady. I don't know whether I have the picture. And I asked her, I said, is it spicy? She said, no, it's not spicy, mom. And when I tried, I almost died. It was so spicy. And, seriously, if you cannot take heat, just keep asking, all right? Is it spicy? If it's spicy, if you can't handle them, forget about that. So you start to notice a lot of this kind of street food, which is quite similar to Thailand. This is a Saturday, we call it a weekend market, which is open from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. There are two markets. One of them is just Saturday and Sunday. The other one is Wednesday and Sunday. So there are two markets. I hope I can give you guys link later on below so that you can check that out. All right. So this is one of the market that we find is like main focus is on food. And then they have all this amazing looking dim sum where you can just select. And actually, to be honest with you, to be really, it's a fact. You think that eating street food are cheaper? Let me tell you guys, it's not cheap, okay? Because if you just think, all right, you're going to eat like one strip. This is much more expensive strips of meat. One of these is like 40, 50. So you will not be fooled by this. You will not be, because when you go abroad, you want to try as much as possible, right? So at the end, I calculated a lot of things that we eat only the night alone it costs us more than we ate at the restaurant. So not necessary all street food is cheap, all right? But if you put everything together, it's gonna cost you. So guys, I hope you guys enjoy my Wednesday. I'm going to show you a map before we go. And I'm going to be doing another live streaming about the 600 euro compensation. Will Qatar pay me 600 euro for canceling my flight? I'm going to tell you in my next live streaming. All right. So before you go, I'm going to give you guys more tips about how where you should go, all right, and how where you should focus. If you notice Thailand, this is the place. This is Thailand, the whole Thailand, all right. No, not Thailand. This is just a Phuket, and the airport is here. All right, literally, if I can zoom this up a bit, I mean, just put this higher so that you can see the whole map from a distance. Okay. Oh, let me just see. Okay, can you see? All right, now, okay, I try to put this as much informative as possible. This is the whole of Phuket. All right, it has the island is actually not so big. The airport is here. So to go to our area, the one that you want to concentrate in, if you look at the whole Phuket map, you'll start to notice that all the attraction is actually located on the south of Thailand. So if you are first time, you probably end up here because you do not know how this island, where is the happening, right? So a lot of people, which is first timer, usually they like to check themselves in Patong Beach, which is somewhere here. No, it's here. Patong Beach is here. This is Patong Beach. In Thailand, there are three popular beaches: Patong Beach, Karom Beach, and Kata Beach. We are staying in the Kata Beach area. The reason why I say that because I found out that this is the better beach compared with the other two beaches. This beach, Patong Beach, is for people who like to party all night. Yeah, if you're young, you probably enjoy this because the tempo is very fast. A lot of young people, a lot of nightclubs, a lot of happening. If you like nightlife, this is the place. But if you are more mild like me, elderly, middle age woman, this is a place that I like to hang out. But I compared Katong Beach and Kata Beach. I prefer Kata Beach because I find that Karon Beach is very, very open. You see, it's very boring, very stretchy. Whereas Kata Beach is more on the curve. And over here, there is a lot of very nice beaches here. Very, a little bit less people. But here, if you try to get a swim here, you are packed with people for sure. And the same with Karon Beach. A lot of people like to go there. And I don't like it because it's very, very open and it's very hot. If you're not used to, if you want to find shades like trees, unlikely you'll find them here. But in Karon Beach, you'll find it, especially in this area. There's a lot of trees in this area. And also, you will start to notice that there are also other beaches like the Rawai Beach. Here is the other beach, like the Rawai Beach, which is over here, which is also quite popular for surfer. And Kata Beach is also very popular. So depending on where you want to go. But if you are trying to go on a budget and if you don't have so much time, if you have only like 1 week or two maximum, so I rather you focus on the south part, like here, this region, hire a car because you only need 1 day to see all the attraction in this area. And up here is literally nothing, all right? So I'm going to be focusing here. And the place that we were staying is around here. So we took the car and then we go around this area, which is a lot to see already. And we have the Big Buddha, we have the elephant tribes or the sanctuary camp. It's all around here. And over here is the city areas. So to go to the city area, if you take a bus, it will take at least 1 hour because the bus will go like and then around, and then you like if you're not used to it, because if you're used to like taking MRT and express bus, that is not a good alternative. Definitely consider renting a car. And if you want to know about renting a car, I have actually made a video early on about driving and how to rent a car in Thailand. So I'm going to put that video in my description in this video. All right, so you can check that out too. So let me just tell you, taking a car is the best way because you not only get to see a lot of places within the shortest period of time. We only rented a car for 1 day and we managed to see most of the things here in the south. To cover this area, all right, if you are not so many people in the car, we were just three. And we always have a lot of opinion. Hey, I want to go here, I want to go here, I want to go there, right? So as long as we all agree and we say, okay, now we just choose 5, maybe 7 places we want to go. So we took the car. We literally went to everywhere we wanted to go. Even we have time to eat in one of the island here. So it was really nice. And I would recommend that because taking a scooter is a no-no, because I literally find that the traffic there is horrible. People just switch lane for no reason. They feel like it. They didn't even signal. So if you are a beginner, or you don't ride scooter or motorcycle so much, don't try it. I rather you're covered with metal than you yourself covered the metals, right? So take a car, is much safer. So with that in mind, I hope I can do another video about this, like to tell you guys my tips, where to go and how to find places that are that is worth visiting. The market that I told you there's 2 market in the city. I'm going to put the link here, but like I mentioned earlier on, the opening day is different. One is Saturday, Sunday, and the other one is Wednesday and Sunday. So I'm going to put this in my video description. So let me know, guys, if you want me to do another video, send me in the comment so I can give you a more detailed video about what are the top 10 things you should do in Phuket. All right, guys, I hope I'm not taking so much of your time, and I try to rest. I've been working the whole day today and I'm feeling so tired, and I hope to see you in my next. See you. Don't forget to like this video, and of course, if you can, share them with your friends and family who might be traveling to Phuket. And hope to see you or hear from you in my comment. See you. Bye bye.